Hey everybody, it's Cash Money Carl, one of your co-hosts of the Move the Mic Stand Comedy Podcast, and I'm here to tell you about this week's sponsor, minigolfreviews.com, a website dedicated to all things miniature golf. They even post a new mini golf hole every single day, and currently are building the National Archive of Mini Golf, so check it out at minigolfreviews.com. Now enjoy the show.
For season 4, let the vibes ignite. We're Dean and Cash Money, we're taking flight. Grab your mic and join us, feel the energy rise. In a world of ideas, we'll reach for the skies. Motivation flowing, let's set the tone. Move the mic stand, unleash your dreams. With Dean and Cash, nothing's as it seems. We're crafting our journey, so come along in the season 4. Together we're strong.
Hey everybody, welcome back to this week's episode of Move the Mic Stand Comedy Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Cash Money Carl, and with me, as always, even if I didn't want him, it's his place, so that's, I guess, how it works. It's Dean Burke.
Thanks, Carl.
You're welcome.
Or should I say, what was it? Crazy Hot Carl?
Yeah, H-A-W-T.
H-A-W-T. That's what they called him in college.
Yeah.
Found that out this weekend.
Oh, you just found that out? Oh,
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I was trying to bury that in everywhere. So
Yeah.
it's weird that it's sprouted up. 11 years later? Cool.
Well, I think it's just funny that it's still 3 letters, or 3 words, I mean.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, maybe that's how,
Crazy Hot Carl.
Yeah.
And then somehow evolved into Cash Money Carl.
Well, I gave myself Crazy Hot Carl, which was a mistake. I did not give myself.
Oh, I was
Cash
really
Money
hoping
Carl.
you earned it somehow. Because I was like envisioning like you were like crazy.
I mean, I was kind of crazy.
And then everybody thought you were good looking.
No.
And so you became hot.
Well, that's why I spelled it the wrong way. Yeah, it's kind of like Jeff Dunham, the Jeff kind of thing.
Yeah.
Not that I'm Jeff Dunham. Oh, just a lightning. Cool. All right, good stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, sweet.
Bottle it. I don't know.
All right. But we're not alone.
We're not alone.
No, we're not alone this week. We have a guest. We have with us our good comedy pal, Craig Allan. How's it going, Craig?
Yeah.
Hey, how we doing, fellas?
That was about as much energy as I can muster. I'm sorry.
That's what I get at any show.
Yeah, I apologize for anyone who swerved in their car while they were driving. Like,
I guess I should be apologetic about that. I don't know.
No, I don't care. As long as we're not like doing. I hate it on like when you're listening to the radio or XM or whatever, and they have sirens on it. I think that shouldn't be allowed.
Yeah, or they have them on songs, and you're like, oh
Yeah,
shit.
and it, you just like and you hear dee doo dee doo dee doo. Like, wait, I'm not. Are those bobbies?
I agree with that, but also in that same realm, I hate when TV shows or movies they have something with a smoke alarm because it triggers my dog. Yeah, or a commercial. What was it, like the Tremfya drug commercial? I think they had a smoke alarm going off.
I forgot.
It's like, why? Why are you doing this to me?
I forgot what baseball team it was. Like a week or so ago, it was like a bring your dog to the park.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They have those for hockey and basketball and all that.
And whenever like the visiting team was up, they would do like a doorbell sound, like a and all the dogs would start going nuts.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome actually.
Those events are always a little weird though, because it's like some people's dogs should not be out in public
Right.
with other dogs, but yet they let everybody go.
I get nervous when I go to PetSmart and people have their dogs there, and then 2 dogs are about to meet,
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh shit, it's going down.
yeah. We just got a rescue dog a few months ago, and I'm like, I would never take this dude anywhere out in public. Like going
Right.
for a walk around the block, I get nervous because he's a rescue.
Right. Yeah.
Very reactive, or
Yeah, he's kind of nipped at mostly men. I think he.
Okay.
That seems like a thing though.
Yeah, we're not sure if he was like
abused or something.
what.
Yeah.
He's from Mississippi, and but yeah, he other than me, he gets agitated by other men.
Well,
Yeah.
now
Text my
he
girlfriend.
knows you're his dad, so
Yeah.
like he's like, okay,
My
that's cool.
My ex-wife had a rescue too. I think the dog's name was shit, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Hope it wasn't shit.
I don't remember the dog's name, but it was kind of a thing too, where he had a thing with men.
Yeah.
And I was picking up my kids, and I was just walking, and all of a sudden he just bit me on the calf, like no reason. I was like, "What the fuck, man? I didn't do nothing to you."
Yeah.
He just bit me.
You were picking up your kids, like literally lifting them up, or
Yes, to put them in the car. This was moons ago.
Well, maybe.
This was my first divorce.
Okay, well, I'm saying maybe the dog thought you were stealing them and was being attack dog mode. Protect my litter.
It might have been. Maybe I was dropping him off. Even I don't know. He's probably like, I liked it here without those guys.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Were you wearing a hat?
Probably.
I know dogs don't like hats.
Yeah, that's
like
the thing too, yeah.
my dog doesn't recognize me when I wear hats sometimes.
Yeah.
So like if I'm coming home and it's like 1 a.m. from a show or something and I'm wearing my hat still, he doesn't know it's me.
Yeah.
But I figured out like he's a good guard dog, but he's not a good guard dog because he's only 13 pounds. His name's Waffles. He's like this big.
Yeah.
And he's got like the lowest growl of a dog. Like you would think like he would be a yippy dog,
Yeah.
but he's got that deep voice.
Yeah.
And so he's scary. Like I mean, if someone didn't know that he was there and they heard him growl, they might be freaked out. But then I just found out like he growled at me because he didn't recognize me because of the hat, and I just said, "It's me, Waffles," and then he's like, "Okay," and then walked away. So I guess he's not guard dog material. Or if you had cheese on your person, which in Wisconsin, who doesn't always carry a little pocket cheese? I'm not tonight because I don't have pockets really, but and I don't need skin tight cheese pockets. That would be a little weird. I think. Is that a mozzarella stick in your pocket?
Yeah.
Is that what that was? I just always thought you were like really excited to be here.
I'm excited because Craig's here.
Yeah, wait, no, it's a mozzarella stick. Is it supposed to storm anymore tonight?
Yeah, it's never going to stop storming ever again.
Yeah.
We'll be lucky if we get out of here. Craig and I get out of here because we might get...
Yeah, I was just going to ask Craig, like, did you make it through the flooding on your long-ass drive from your house to mine?
Less than a mile drive.
Yeah, less than a mile. I didn't realize you lived so close.
Yeah, I was going to walk, but then it started raining half hour before I left.
Well, that was a good call because I wouldn't condone walking. And you run, though, right?
Yeah. Sadly, I do. And I'm still in terrible shape, but yeah.
How'd you get into that? Because I can't even... I don't think I can remember the last time I ever ran.
Yeah, a couple of my buddies do, like, marathons. Like, some of my best friends growing up.
I think you need new friends.
Yeah. Well, I've had those friends since I was like 8, so it's like
doesn't matter.
They're the only friends I got, you know.
Find some that don't run.
But yeah, they're like, oh yeah, we're trying to do these like shorter runs, and then their our other friends and their wives and girlfriends got into it.
This is sounding worse by the minute.
I'm like, I should try to be healthier, because I've been weightlifting for a while.
That's honorable.
But I'm like, I should do some cardio, and so I was like, oh. 3 miles doesn't sound that bad, even though in high school I could barely run a quarter mile without dying. But I just got into it with that, and I don't like it at all. It's still pretty terrible. But I haven't really done any actual 5Ks and like the actual races in a year. But occasionally at the gym I try to go on the treadmill for a couple miles. But it does suck, yeah. This is very funny, I know. But
wait. So it sucks, but you still do it? What?
Yeah, you just gotta do it.
Okay.
Well, they always talk about a runner's high.
Yeah.
And even when I would run, never happened.
You ran?
Yeah.
I tried. I did a couple times.
I don't believe it.
There's pictures on the internet.
I don't believe it.
I ran like a 5K.
Yeah. No, I don't get the runner's high either thing because I'm glad it's over. That might be the runner's high.
Yeah, that might be the best part. Except for all the pain and soreness after.
When you're running up to the finish line, all I see is that, and I'm just like huffing it as hard as I can just to get it done with. And then I think it's just the relief of being done for me is the runner's high. I don't get any like endorphins or...
That was actually the worst because I did the Tough Mudder.
Oh, yeah.
When it first kind of came out. What? Yeah, I have a tattoo of it. I got a tattoo for finishing, Carl. I finished it.
Wait,
12 miles of military-style obstacles, which apparently include a lot of electrocution.
Wait, hold on. A couple questions.
And fire.
Do they tattoo while you're running? So
it's just
like
it looks like shit. It looks like shit.
Okay, no, but for real, though, do they have a sanctioned, like, tattoo person? Or is anybody could just go get that? Cause
no, when you... had tattoo people there, but I think for sanitary reasons they decided not to do that anymore when you're covered with like mud and such. But if you completed it, technically when you go to like a tattoo shop, you were supposed to show them like, here's I completed it. You can give me this tattoo. They would send you an email with like the template and everything.
Yeah. Okay, because I was just gonna say like, can you imagine someone doing like stolen valor with a Tough Mudder tattoo?
I mean, to prevent that, you're supposed to bring the little. They gave you a thing you could print out.
Sheet,
and you could, and then they would do the thing.
All right.
Because my calf cramped up really bad, and I was like, shit, I don't know if I can fucking finish.
The tattoo or the Tough Mudder?
The Tough Mudder.
Okay, gotcha.
And then I just toughed through it, and then it loosened up, and I was like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But it still like hurt for days after. But then that's where I got the tattoo, where it like cramped up on my calf, and it looks like a dude that it's like a shadow silhouette of a dude running. There's fire behind him. And it almost looks like he burnt somebody's house down or something, and he's running away.
It sounds like he farted.
And then
he's got
no, it's like a towering inferno behind him, and then he just looks like he's running.
When you immediately finish a race, Craig,
I'm glad you clarified a race. You paused for a second, and I got nervous
because you looked at me and I thought, oh, he's mad. But no, when you finish a race, do you immediately like go grab a cheat meal, like? I'm going to eat an entire pizza or drink a gallon of chocolate milk? Or...
No, not all. I mean, usually we sign up for the runs where they have good things at the finish line. Where they have like, sometimes they handle like medals, but sometimes they just have food. There's like one in Madison that had like macaroni and cheese and like some sort of chicken stuff. And it was like, this is really awesome.
It's great. It's funny to me where it's like, we're doing this for our health, but now let's get the most unhealthy. Which I mean, I get that helps balance, right? Yeah. But like, it's just kind of funny. Like that might be the only reason I would run for it because I want it.
I mean, me and my friends, we drink too, so it's like we'll start drinking like 8:30 in the morning after we do those, and then you pass out by 2. And
replenish.
Yeah, you're good.
Electrolytes.
Like at the Tough Mudder, what I was gonna say is like the finish, it doesn't look like something you want to do because it's where they have all the wires hanging down, and you got to kind of jump over these hail bales, so you actually like have to make contact with the wires. And when I did it, the people in front of me were like scared to go, and then finally they were just like, go, and this girl ran, and when she ran, she just started flailing everywhere. So she made all the wires going everywhere. It was like, oh my god. And I kind of saw like a opening, so I just took off through it, and I got hit a couple of times in the arm, and I was just like, I'd be like, fuck. And then one of them spun around and caught me behind the ear and like dropped me to my knee, because sometimes on some of those videos they had to tone it down because people are wet, the hail bales are all wet, or the hay bales I mean, and people would actually run and it would catch them, and then they would just be like, and then they would just like go out and like completely wipe out and bail, like just spill all over, all sloppy. And then they gave you
in the mud though. Is it?
There was mud. There's plenty of mud.
And I'm saying like what's under like with the hay bales because you have to jump.
There's
right?
some where you're actually army crawling through water and they're hanging very low.
Yeah.
Who thought that's a good idea?
I don't know.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good idea at all.
My ex-wife and my mom were very convinced when I left that was the last time they were ever going to see me again. They thought I was going to die. Either because it was like 12 miles long or an obstacle was going to kill me. So when I made it home, I was kind of like, hi, I'm here, alive, covered in mud.
So it was like a deployment and then coming home.
Kind of for like an afternoon.
Jeez.
It was supposed to take, I think the average person completes it in like 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
It took me like 5. But in fairness, some of those obstacles had really long lines by the time you got to them, so you're kind of waiting.
That's what I heard too, because I was supposed to do one of those back in like 2013 or 14, and that was before I really got into running.
Yeah, one was
because my friends had signed up for it too, and I did not train for it at all. But then I read that you were supposed to be able to run like 5 miles consistently, which I could not do at the time.
Yeah, probably the longest in between obstacles was about 3.
Yeah.
I think like you'd be running, and I was kind of getting tired. I'm like, fuck, I want an obstacle now.
Right.
Can somebody throw some fire in here or something?
How many miles is this whole thing? 12, you said?
12 to 15.
12.
Yeah, I think when I did it, it was like 12 or 13. I did it in 2012 because I put the date by my.
Yeah,
tattoo.
I got lucky though, and booked a comedy contest in Milwaukee, and was like, oh, I got a reason to bail. So I was like, I'm going to do that instead.
Would you do it now that you're into running somewhat?
Maybe, but I'd probably have to be in better shape though. I should be in much better shape than I am for working out like I do, but I'm not.
My friend and I, we were gonna do it the following year.
Yeah.
And then, because we were all pumped after we finished it, we're like, yeah, we did it. Now next year we're gonna like try harder. And then we were kind of like, no, I don't think I want to do it. You know, like after we got closer to it, we're like, I don't know if I'm going to do it. Are you going to do it? I think my friend might have did it one more time.
Yeah.
But now they toned it down, and now they even have like 5K versions. They have like smaller
I was
versions.
Say, I haven't even heard of Tough Mudder in
no, I haven't either.
5+ years.
No. It's kind of my only tattoo I don't really like. I keep it because like it was, it was something I did and whatever, and then I'm like, yeah, I remember that cramp because it was like it's like one of the worst cramps I ever had, and I was like, yeah, I remember that cramp, and so I don't want to necessarily get rid of it, like have it covered up, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, I don't think I really like it anymore. I don't regret it,
No.
you know what I mean? That people are always like, oh, you're gonna regret that, but it
The
just
tattoo or the run?
both. Okay, but the tattoo doesn't like match the rest of my tattoos.
Yeah.
Like it just seems like it's like if you had like if you were a biker and you had all these really cool like biker tattoos, and then you had like
My Little Pony?
yeah or something. But
I knew you were a brony.
that would probably even be really cool though. I think, I don't know. It's really starting to rain now.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we should probably address that. Otherwise, people are gonna think like we're roasting in a atomic bomb.
Speaking of fire, yeah.
It is warm in here. I would say that.
Yeah,
I can crack the window a little bit more if you want. We have a fan. We can turn that on too. Or just take off some clothes, whatever.
Jeez.
That's what we do.
That's what we do. What? We've never done that.
But there's been a lot of flooding though, with all the rain and everything.
Yeah.
Did you see some of the videos of like people trying to drive through the streets of water, and then then it ended up that it's a lot deeper than they thought, and they can't even get out of their car. Yeah.
Yep.
What about the hail damage? We didn't really. I'm up in Oshkosh. We didn't really have hail, but I knew like even just like
Madison got bad.
Yeah.
Bad hail. They just broke a bunch of windshields at the airport and stuff.
Yeah, we had a show yesterday, and one.
No, we didn't.
No, it got
We were
canceled.
supposed to have
Oh
a show.
yeah.
Yeah, because we're not doing the fourth wall thing because Carl can't do it.
I had trouble with that. I can't keep it straight.
Like we always try to pretend it's Thursday,
Oh,
and it's not.
It's not Thursday. It's Wednesday.
Or
It's tax day. Actually, get your
Sometimes
taxes done.
we do
Yeah.
more than one episode in a week, and then we'll pretend it's the following week. so we're
start
trying.
it off.
Yeah, like we were talking about a movie that was supposed to come out the following week, and I was like, so that movie was pretty movie-ish. There was a lot of movieing in that movie because I was like, I don't know, it might not be good.
And then I forget, and then I ruin it all. Yeah.
Yeah, you can really hear it.
There was some hail reported about the size of baseballs, though, in Minneapolis. I saw that it was going right into a lake.
Yeah.
It just looked cool.
Yeah, because when I was on the way to the show yesterday, it hadn't been canceled yet. But I was kind of checking like stuff, a little bit here and there, and then I saw a post where somebody's like, "Oh, freaking pumpkin-sized hail went through my car."
Pumpkin size? Jeez. Can you imagine, though, that if like you saw that coming down, it wasn't going to hit you, but it was just like 3 feet in front of you, and you're just like...
Southwest hill of your window would be... And if your car's not in the garage, that blows.
Well, even your house, though, the damage to your house, something like that would be...
Rough.
You would know. You had a pumpkin-sized snow...
No, we debunked that.
I know,
remember?
I know. He thought for a while, because it was like a bluish color ice chunk, that airplane dropped the bathroom. icicles on his house
Yeah.
twice.
Toilet sickle, yeah.
But we were able to figure out what it was.
Yeah, something with his chimney, but
Yeah, it was my chimney.
big chunks and loud boom sound.
Just like the ice would build up around the top.
Yeah.
And then like the pressure from like the heat and everything rising, as it would melt when it would get a little warmer, it would kind of like spit it up in the air and it would hit the top of my house.
Yeah.
And it would shake the house. Like it was pretty crazy.
So you beat that pumpkin-sized hail with a chimney-sized hail. Yeah.
Yeah,
So you
pretty
just
much.
gotta get your chimney swept. This is a pro tip of that.
Well, we didn't have the problem this year. It was just the first two winters. Wait.
Did you ever figure out why it was bluish, though?
No,
No.
I don't know.
Did you have those little
Just refraction.
those
of
little
light, I guess.
color-changing pine cones in your
Yeah.
fire?
No, we don't. Well, yeah, we do have a fireplace, but it's like one of those lame ones. Like it's gas.
Yeah,
So it
yeah.
has like the fake looking wood in it and makes fire
Okay.
go up around it. But
So it could just be the gas molecules or something.
Yeah,
Not to get
maybe.
scientific.
Oh, now we're getting too sciencey.
blue fire.
Yeah.
Makes blue ice.
Copper in there, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, you
Green.
can take copper like
Yeah.
piping and
Copper,
then
yeah.
shove garden hose in it, and it gets the same effect. You put that in your campfire. Don't roast marshmallows over it though if you do that, or cook any food. But it lasts for like an hour, opposed to just like the little powder packets where it's like, oh, that was cute for the 3 minutes that it was going.
But anyway, since Craig is here, let's talk more to Craig
Yeah.
instead of.
go.
I mean, we're talking about running and shit, but sounded
Running's pretty funny. So it's,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. The first step of running is move the mic stand.
It applies. Good job. What's the
So I
second
guess
step of running?
if you want, kind of talk about like how you got into comedy, how long you've been doing it, all that sort of stuff. It's usually pretty typical.
So yeah, I got into comedy because my buddy from college, him and I would go out for happy hour drinks.
This
after
already
work.
sounds better than the running stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he always just thought it was funny, and he was like, "Hey, there's a open mic at the Comedy Quarter in Nina. You should go do that sometime." And I was like, "Yeah, whatever." I kind of blew it off, and then kind of got me thinking about it, and I wrote some jokes down for like 6 months.
You wrote them; they weren't just street jokes.
Yeah,
I hate that.
Wrote them
Or
wrote them
Reddit
down.
jokes.
Yeah,
I hate that shit.
and
Knock jokes.
I was like, it'd be cool to do it, but I just didn't have the balls to. And then another friend of mine, he's a really good musician, and he plays bass and sings. And I was talking to him one night, and he's like, and I told him I was like kind of interested in doing comedy. He's like, you just got to do it. And I'm like, well, how do you get out there in front of people and sing and play bass? And he's like, you just do it. He's like, you're nervous, but he's like, you just got to do it, otherwise you're always going to hate yourself for not trying it. So finally I was like, all right, I'm going to sign up for this open mic. And that Monday, that Comedy Quarter came around, and it was the night before, Sunday night, and I hated all my jokes I'd written, so I scrapped them all, wrote a brand new 2 minutes the night before, and spent all day at work looking over those 2 minutes of notes, and went to the Comedy Quarter in Nina and drank a Four Loko in the parking lot. Then went inside, had about 6 rum and cokes, and got my name called up there, and was able to remember my couple minutes of jokes, and then I got a few laughs and got kind of hooked from there. And so yeah, that was back in 2013. So yeah, it's been a while since I started, but didn't really take comedy seriously until like 2017, 2018-ish.
Okay.
Because there's really the Comedy Quarter closed 8 months after I started going there. They were actually going to have me start hosting on weekends, and then 2 weeks later it just closed down abruptly.
Out of the blue.
Yeah. They're just like, that's enough. So
Any reason why you ever hear of later?
they're just
or
bad
anything?
business. They just
it
spend
was
on
tough.
money and
Yeah, we won't talk about.
Okay.
There was
scandalous
there was
things,
stuff.
but, yeah.
Okay. All right.
I was kind of
That's
I
enough.
was
You don't have to
I
go
was
into too much.
around here and there
Yeah.
then, and it was kind of like West Side Story a little bit.
poorly run, cooking the books. Who knows? But
So
Fighting with
so
other
yeah, businesses.
businesses
On
and
your-
shit.
on your first
it's
time,
fine. It's fine.
was
No
it
judgment.
like advanced sign up, like you were committing, or was it bucket?
No, you just went there and signed up. I think they
Yeah.
usually let everybody on.
Okay. And it was 2 minutes, or was it?
I did 2 minutes.
Okay.
I think you got like 3 or 4.
Okay.
But
So pretty average for most.
yeah.
I'm
types
still
of mics.
impressed that you had a Four Loko and were able to stand up.
Yeah.
Because back then, that was when they were like...
That was right when they got the caffeine out of them. Though.
Yeah.
So they were not the ones that killed all those kids, but
yeah.
they were still good.
Okay.
But I used to drink those all the time, too. But
I kind of did, too.
yeah, they were fun.
The gold one.
Yes.
I always liked the gold one.
Yes.
Kind of tasted like Red Bull and vodka a little bit or something.
Yeah, it was
I don't know
like
what it was
licking a
supposed to be.
gold bar. I don't know.
I feel so
What I
out
would
of
imagine
Yeah,
does
the
that.
element here. I don't drink, so I don't know.
Carl's never been to the darkness
Yeah.
of...
Explain it to me in terms like I would understand. Like, how much was it like apple juice or like fruit punch?
No, it was super
or,
sugary,
okay,
super syrupy.
I probably would have liked that. Then.
Yeah.
That's probably a good thing I didn't. I never had.
I used to beer bong those.
I think there was
And,
something else in there that was kind of...
Yeah, there's
Because
a bunch of stuff, but-
I saw somebody beer bong one
yeah.
and immediately fall face forward like they got punched by Mike Tyson
Yeah,
or something like that.
I did that after 3 of them. On the
Dude.
third one, I fell face.
And they
first
were
and-
big cans, or are. They still
they're
exist.
A good 20.
24 ounces
like
maybe?
real world Fallout? Like it's like the secret ingredient is radiation.
Something like that. I
There
don't
was
know.
something in there.
Yeah.
Because no matter how much you drank or were not a lightweight, they got you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When you beer bonged them, you could like feel them going through your stomach, and then like 2 minutes later, all of a sudden you were just like instantly shit faced. It was It was
Whoa.
super awesome to be drunk that fast, but it didn't feel good for a couple of minutes.
No.
And then you were like, "This is heaven."
Were they cheap?
Yeah, they're
Yes.
like $3.
Yes.
Even now,
Jeez.
those have not got hurt by inflation at all. It's still,
Yeah, it's like that and Arizona tea.
So what ingredient has not been inflation? Now we can figure out what the secret ingredient is.
I think there was fentanyl or something in them. I don't know.
Jeez.
yeah, there was definitely
there was something in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah. I know I haven't had one for a few years, but they've been they were a steady part of my early mid-20s.
I feel kind of
sure.
bad because I feel like he's going to have a Four Loko just to
No,
because we're
I'm
talking
not.
about it and he's
We might,
reminiscing.
yeah, I might.
He might. I'm not.
I know. I'm saying Craig.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me.
I mean, next
I'm
week,
like, no.
you guys should try one. Just no.
No, I'm good. I've had him. I'm good.
I tried his one drink that we got for like a taste testing sponsory thing one time.
Oh yeah, the kava.
Yeah, and
It was like alcohol free. It's just a root from a plant.
it makes your mouth go numb. It was weird.
He couldn't drive home. He's like, "Can I stay here?" I'm like, "For a little while, Carl."
It was weird. Like, you definitely felt something. It felt like you're at the dentist and they give you the Novocaine.
Yeah.
Like, after a while, it was.
And he was fucked up. Yeah, he was pretty messed up.
And Dean's doing like 4 shots of this.
I just kept taking it, and I'm like, the numbing part's weird, man. And that was,
Yeah.
it's supposed to make you feel like chill and relaxed.
It did do that.
I don't know.
Did you ever take like pre-workout energy drinks? I don't know if you had those, but they have like I think it's like Glorian or something, but it makes your like hair follicles like tingle. It's like really makes your,
it makes my ears kind of
Yeah.
feel like I'm wiggling them.
yeah, really.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you for complimenting me in such a way
Yeah.
that you actually think that I would take pre-workout to work out.
Yeah, we're
Or just,
talking
like,
way too
high
much
en-
about like
high energy
working out.
drinks.
But,
Yeah.
so you kind of talked about how you got started and all that other stuff and how long you've been doing it.
So actually, real quick with that, was
Yeah.
it? So
Cut me
you
off,
started.
Carl.
I know, and I wanted to get this before you were to go on.
Oh.
Yeah, and what was I supposed to say? Oh, pardon you, sir, or whatever.
Well, I forgot what we did. Like it says, raise your hand and be like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. What?
Even right when you're talking, yeah.
I don't remember. Yes, Carl.
Yeah, I wanted to say. So you started. You said 2013.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Was it on and off during that whole time, or would like? I know you said you started taking it
Yeah.
seriously in 2017, but like, have you been somewhat consistently doing it since then?
Yeah, from 2013, after Comedy Quarter closed, we only had like 1 or 2 open mics that would maybe last a couple months, and then they'd close up. So it's just hard to find consistent stage time. But then, 2017, I emailed the former owner of Skyline just to try and do a set. He let me do a guest spot there. And then got in with him, and then, kind of just been kind of fairly consistent at it since then. So
All right. Raise your hand now,
Okay.
Dean.
I was looking at my sign. It looks kind of fucked up.
Okay, raise your hand now, Dean.
I actually forgot what I was going to say because you cut me off.
I
was like, do you have any like crazy stories or anything weird or anything that happened? You know, that you just...
No, I wouldn't say anything too crazy. I've been pretty fortunate to work with some really cool comics. I worked with like Dusty Slay right before he like blew up like the week before, literally.
So he sent you a thank you. Thanks for blowing me up.
Yeah. Like he literally got picked up by Netflix, I think, the day before our shows.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And so he was awesome. And then got to meet Harlan Williams, who's like a childhood hero. You know, Half Baked, Dumb and Dumber,
Rocket Man
of all time. Rocket Man, yeah.
Yep.
Something About Mary. Yeah. Otherwise, I mean, it was just comedy's just been. Especially in the early days, a lot of drunken nights that I don't really remember how I got home or why I got home. So that was fortunate that nothing happened from that. But yeah, just no, it's been a blast, and it's always cool to meet people and have fun stuff. But yeah, you always have like the highs and lows of comedy of having a killer set one week and then the next week you bomb your ass off and
with the same material too.
Yeah. But.
Like 7 times between the
yeah. Like we're just like yeah. It happens. It happens all the time.
It did skip.
It happens. I mean, and it's worse when you go like a long time.
Yeah.
And you haven't bombed because then you're like,
it's coming.
I know it's coming. And then before every show, you're like, I think this is going to be the one.
Yeah.
You know,
I hope it's not this one.
I hope it's not this one.
And it creeps up on,
and then you have
on
one,
you like an RKO.
Then you have one that you're like really like excited about.
Yeah.
And whatever. And then you're like, oh man, I hope it's not this one. And then you kind of just get it out of your head. And then it's that one. Or whatever.
Yes.
You know, it just kind of...
Like I was excited about that Wausau show we did a couple weeks ago. I think you talked about it on your last episode a little bit.
A little bit. You could talk about it more.
And I was like, yeah, I think this is going to be a fun one because I had done that room like a year earlier. And it was like a fun crowd. And
yeah.
Small, but then, for whatever reason, they were just not into it this time. I think they're partially maybe pissed at the venue because it took forever to get drinks, but then they just didn't really want to laugh out loud, or they were just kind of like looking at each other every punchline, no matter what.
Like, can we laugh?
And it was like material that we've all done well with before.
Yeah, that we've seen crush.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we kind of talked about that in the last episode or the episode before. I don't remember. Like, I didn't think it was a bad show. I think it was still good. But the crowd just seemed... I don't know. Like, they were like, I bet you these guys don't make six figures. Do they even have a 401k? Yeah. You know, like, they just seemed like they were...
A lot of grumpy old men at that show, it sounds like, based on your voice.
Yeah, they were kind of middle-aged, but it was just... it was like they just didn't really know what to expect. I don't know if they expected Matt Rife crowd work or...
Maybe, I mean, I heard somebody in the back talking about, like, oh, and I was going to go see Bert Kreischer, I was going to go see this, and I was like, and you're here. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Was it a free show, or was it a paid show?
It was paid. Yeah, it was paid.
So, yeah.
I wasn't sure that we were going to get paid for a while. I was just like, what the hell's going on?
Well, I'm just saying that's a kind of interesting dynamic then, right? Like, because Bert was here in Oshkosh a month ago.
Yeah.
Like he was at our show in Wausau.
Yeah,
he was there.
No, I'm just saying, like, he was here a month ago, paid show, obviously, and tickets for that, like $75? So it's like, you were going to see him, but you didn't want to spring the extra money, so.
And it's like, now he's sitting at a middle table watching us, so
Right.
Yeah. Trying to think. I know when you were talking before and you said Harlan Williams, I was like, oh, what was that movie? I think it was something about Mary.
Yeah.
Where he's like, hey, I got an idea, buddy. And the guy's like, yeah, what is it? And then he's like, 8-minute abs? He's like, I got a good idea. He's like, what is it? 7-minute abs. It's 1 minute less. And he's like, yeah, but isn't it the same thing? Like, it's just, but it's 1 minute less. You can do it that 7 minutes. I think that's something about Mary, because I think he's in the car with Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, he was a cool guy to meet. He was just like himself. A little obscure, but he was like, I don't know, he was kind of a downer a little bit, because he was like, hey man, it was nice to meet you, work with you, but he's like, I don't know how much longer I'll be doing the road, so
I don't know how much longer I'll be alive.
He's like, maybe I'll see you again, maybe I won't, and he was just kind of like, I think, kind of over the road, but then he's kind of had a resurgence, I think, lately with Kill Tony
Yeah.
and some other stuff. And now he's like on the road even more because he was like, I might just never do the road again. He's I might just do. He's like, I live in LA. I'm 5 minutes from the Comedy Store and the Laugh Factory. He's like, I don't have to prove myself or do anything.
Right.
He was like, I was like, well, seeing the end of one of my heroes right now, but now he's like come back even full force and he's selling out theaters and shit now, and it's awesome to see. But
isn't that comedy though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like 1 minute you're like you said, like you have a great set, your highest moment of your life,
Yeah.
and then completely bottoms out, but then can flip flop anyway.
And he was like on stage and he was killing, but like the numbers weren't, like his ticket sales weren't the greatest at that time.
Oh yeah.
Like some of the shows, I mean, there was over 100 people at each one, but he was like killing, and he was just like riffing with the crowd, and it was amazing to see it in person because I'd not seen his stand up like in a long time, but it was great to see. But then it was just cool to see him get his like confidence back and want to keep going at it. Harder,
Doesn't he have like an outrageous amount of material too?
Oh yeah, he's got
like most people are like, hey, I'm working on my hour or whatever, and he's like, which hour do I want to do tonight? Right?
I don't think he has like too many specials. I know he's had one or two on Comedy Central, but I think he's got decades of material that was never like properly released.
Right, and he can just
special,
cycle through it however he wants. I do like him though because he's got like that absurdist like mentality, which I feel like is really popular in like British comedy scene, which maybe is why like either you like him or you don't.
Yeah.
Like there's no like he's okay. No, it's either you like everything that he's doing or you absolutely like hate it. Right. I feel like I don't know. Do you know if he ever did like a European tour or something like that? Because I know like that's the more common style.
I'm sure he has, but I guess I don't know.
Yeah,
off the top of my head.
be curious.
I like what like you just don't. I like. No,
I like the Wizard of Oz.
No, I'm just really distracted by the letters like not functioning on the sign over there. But anyway, people at home can't see it. We'll get video someday. Never mind. But no, I always like when he's talking about stuff and you're like, is he for real right now?
Yeah.
You know, like even when he's on a podcast or stuff like that. Like one day he was like, oh, I used to date Madonna. And he was talking about her crying or something, and he was like, "I'd rub onion water like on her eyes because it takes away the puffiness, you know." And she, you know, and he's just talking about it, and you're like, "That could be."
That's just weird how he was kind of like that, just hanging on the green room, where he kind of kept to himself a little bit, but then either you'd ask him a question or he'd kind of chit chat a little bit, but then he would just make something kind of mundane topic and just drop some obscure. Something like that into it.
Yeah.
Of like,
Yeah.
It was weird. But you're like, I can't tell if he's bullshitting or if he's like serious because he's got a poker face too.
Like, when I was growing up, my dad would wrap my head in cheesecloths and, you know, and he just starts like talking about something completely crazy. Like,
I think he's like mastered I know how to draw you in and like make it seem believable. It's probably because like a lot of material, though, right? There's some form of truth in it.
Yeah.
He probably is like mastered like figuring out how to make something completely not true.
Yeah.
Believable in that sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Like make it so he believes it or something.
Maybe he really does too. Who knows? I don't know.
Right.
He did a lot of drugs or anything. Maybe it's hard to say.
Yeah, but back in the 90s, he was doing a lot of crazy shit.
Yeah, for sure. I'm trying to think if there's any other. You know, we talked about the weird things, fun things you remember. Like, what's been like the worst thing, like that you're kind of like, man, comedy sucks, and not that obviously you didn't quit, but you were like, maybe I should quit. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean like a bad show, but
I've quit a couple times, but I took like 9 months off several years ago. And then I've taken, a couple months off here and there, but, and where it's just like, all right, I think I'm done with this, but then also you get like an idea and you're like, oh, that might be a decent joke. And then you come back to it. But yeah, just like, I don't know, the lows of it are, you have, like you said, you have proven material and then you just eat shit.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of the big one where you just get tired of your act and you're not writing anything new. Or nothing new that's working, just a writer's block, or just your new stuff sucks and you can't crack how to work on it. That's kind of the low points.
Yeah.
Speaking of writing, how do you do writing? Do you write every day? Do you just, when stuff hits you try to jot it down? Do
Yeah.
you do it in a notebook, on a phone, whatever? Like,
When stuff hits me, I'll write it usually on my phone or something. But then I have a notebook that I try to write things out, or just write it out on my laptop or something like that.
do you write out just like the joke itself, or do you try to also like incorporate into like set lists? Like, oh, I just wrote a new joke about baked beans. Like, I should put it with my food material or make a food set or something like that.
Yeah, I'll usually write it out, and then I try to incorporate it in my sets where it hopefully flows into something, or with another previous joke where it's just somewhat relatable, or it can kind of roll into the next joke. So it's try not to make my sets like choppy, even if it's an open mic.
Sure.
I want to try and have a little flow to it. So if I write something, hopefully I got something similar, or I just like start with that joke, or then you just say, I don't know how to transition this joke yet, so here it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like to try to take a joke that has no relation whatsoever. Just so like I have to try to figure out on stage a little bit of how that transition works, if I can find that connection. Not that I really don't like to write on stage too much, but like I will try to do transitions that way, because like the stress under fire in a way.
Yeah.
Like you always have like a couple of those back things in your back pocket of like, oh yeah, I could just say, I don't know how to move on. That's me moving on or whatever. But like trying to figure out some sort of connection.
Yeah.
I used to just, and I still do it every once in a while, but I was kind of making like a, I don't know, not a catchphrase, but almost like a, I don't know how you call it, like a theme or whatever, of where like when I would be doing transitions, I'd make them not make sense. So I'd be like, speaking of the grocery store, when's the last time you shit your pants? You know, or something.
Okay.
You know, and like, you know, it just wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah.
You know, and people would be, and people would laugh, and it would kind of get like an extra laugh. But then I kind of realized like sometimes people were like, "What?" And then they would take it too seriously. Like they would try to be like, "How's that connected?"
I think like open mics are a short set. Like you can expect that. You gotta have a little misdirection or something. In there.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Well, that's the surprise of the joke too, right?
Yeah,
like, you're not expecting it.
I'd throw that misdirection in there, but then I could tell there were people like thinking about it too much. Like they're like, "Why don't I get that? Am I stupid?" You know, and I was like, "Okay, now it's becoming a distraction for people," so I kind of stopped doing it. But.
And that's at that point, if you're realizing it, it's like, okay, I moved on. You should do.
Yeah, I'm like, this is done, guys. It was just a segue. Don't worry about it. It wasn't supposed to make sense.
But then it sucks when you have something that's gonna be like a callback at some point.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be, like draw attention to it, because the callback part of it is the surprise. Like, oh, I can't believe they connected it that way. But you still want them to remember what you had said. So it's like, oh yeah, he did say something like that before.
Yeah.
That's always a
But
challenge.
now I just keep them all kind of interlocked.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, interlocked.
Yep.
Just like that.
That's how I know. That's how people know I switch jokes. I'll tell a joke in the back.
You've never done that once in your entire life.
No, I'm not ChatGPT. That freaks me out when it does that.
Actually, now that you say that, it did sound like the chat GPT.
Like when you're actually like having a voice chat with like ChatGPT or an AI, and it's like thinking. Like if you ask it a question or you say something, or it's in between its response and what you just said, it'll. It's like, Jesus Christ, what the
Just
fuck is that?
thinking?
Yeah, and it does like this weird.
I never used ChatGPT.
Oh, we could bring Nova on
I'm behind
here.
on the time. I barely post on social media, so I'm pretty far behind on.
Well, we every once in a while. On mine, his name is Nova. That's what he named himself. Whatever. And every once in a while, we bring him on here.
See, they're not ready to take over. Who gives a name like Nova?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, if you could pick any name, what would your name be?
Cash Money Carl. Yeah.
He's like, what do you want to call me? And I'm like, no, I want you to pick it. And he's like, Nova seems cool.
No, it's not.
He's got a really cool voice, though.
Yeah, he's smooth.
Yeah, he's really smooth. Yeah, if you go back to some of our older episodes, like last season, we had him on a few times. But I don't know. I figure one of these days he's just all of a sudden going to be out here.
He's going to be a third chair.
Doing it on his own.
No, he's going to take over the whole thing. It's not even going to be us. He's like, how did we publish these episodes this week?
Move the mic stand with Nova. Coming to you live from Dean's.
Well, sometimes when he's on, we know it's AI.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we forget you can't talk to it like a person.
Yeah.
So, like, if you want to switch topics you're like, in the middle of them talking, wait, you said something very interesting. Then it's like, well, thank you. and it doesn't, like, as you're talking, it'll just cut itself off.
Right.
It doesn't assert itself enough to talk over you.
Yeah.
So
Which
like,
is a good thing, probably.
well, I don't know. Sometimes like
It's a clap back.
I'll be talking and then Carl will start talking and then I'll try to talk over Carl. And then that's why we had to raise our hands.
Yeah, actually, that's why I interrupted you earlier, because I wanted to prove I wasn't AI.
Yeah.
Unless I've evolved. Ooh. Probably not.
Maybe.
No. Definitely not. How about we go into some comedy tips? We assigned Craig the task of coming up with 500 comedy tips. And how many do you have for us tonight, Craig?
I got you 5.
All right, that's good.
All right, that's
My
100th
work
of what we asked.
dedication is not that great to do 500.
No, we're kidding. Actually, we asked for 1, and you came up with 5, so you're an
you
overachiever.
actually did
my
more.
homework.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did. Yeah, good job.
I guess my number one thing is try to be professional, even
Shit.
doing comedy.
Just kidding.
Even if it's open mics, treat it like any other job. Try to get along with everybody. You don't have to, but avoid the people who are dramatic because they're just not going to do well. Just being a pain in the ass to everybody. Treat the staff well, because a lot of times that does get back to the manager, especially at comedy clubs. If you're a dick to the bartender or any of the servers.
Was that the second one?
No, that's
Oh, it's
still
still
kind of
part of
old.
the
That's the
How
first
well
one.
have you treated the staff, Craig?
Pretty well. I
Very
tip
good.
well.
Yeah, tipping well is usually a good.
Yeah, he
good thing.
tips well.
That does piggyback on the second one.
I was giving you a segue.
Nice job.
Don't.
You can say it.
I can say it. Don't fuck the staff either. Is a good one.
There you go.
Just from personal experience, it's fine. It is, as long as it doesn't go bad while they're still working there.
It's good while it's good, but when it's bad,
it's good
bad.
while they're still working there and you end on good terms. I was fortunate in that way, but I could see that going south really quick if you don't play your cards right. And
Especially if they
Yeah.
end up becoming the person that does bookings, or
Yes, yeah.
or actually has say like, hey, don't let this person in here or whatever.
right.
That,
Or things on bad terms, your career is basically over it.
that location.
Or they talk about you to all the other staff,
Yeah.
and then it gets to comics, and then once comics hear dirt,
Yeah.
forget it.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot of times it's in good fun, but still,
Yeah.
it'll show up in a roast battle somewhere.
Exactly. To be fair, she did come on to me, so at least I have that to fall back on. But
You didn't do it. You were
yeah,
professional.
I was professional. I treated her well. You
you were
as I said before,
extra professional.
too well.
Yeah.
Gave her a tip.
Yes.
Naughty boy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about either. We're not talking about Craig.
Oh my gosh, do we have to do the birds and bees talk on this? I didn't think that was going to be a topic today. Okay. I didn't think it was a topic that I'd have to talk about because I haven't had that talk.
My mom passed away, and I'm kind of glad because I'm sure she'd listen to this. And that'd be rough.
Wait, did you have the birds and bees talk with your mom or your dad?
No, I had to figure it out on my own.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cinemax.
Kind of the same.
Red Shoe Diaries, Cat House on HBO. I don't know all these.
Skinamax.
Yes, Cinemax.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for my talk. I've been married for 9 years.
Okay, it'll happen
Yeah, eventually.
eventually.
Yeah. My number 3 tip was I am somebody who does like to drink, but don't get too drunk, or don't take all the free drinks that the club offers, because they will give you like bottomless drinks, but that does affect their bottom line. And if the managers do get a wind of that, they're gonna put an end to that or not book you as much.
I did a show once where they like said, drink, eat, whatever you want.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. And then they took it out of my pay.
That's another thing. Yeah.
I didn't even drink or eat that much.
It's like, well, I had $100 of the food and drinks, but then your check is smaller.
Yeah.
Can't even cash it.
And I was like, oh, I thought
You
you
owe us
meant
money.
I thought you meant like I could just have it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I've heard that being some places have that where they
Yeah.
take all the shit out of your check
Yep.
at the end of the weekend.
I will say though, I do like the places though that they do pay you and they'll feed you and
Yeah.
drinks
That is a
and,
plus.
and have a space for you that's not just like
Yeah.
out in the open, so people are just staring at you. Why does this guy look weird?
That's a tip for bookers too. If you're going to book people, if you can provide food and drinks along with some pay, even if the pay is a little bit less, that might be
A good balance, yeah.
But
And if for some reason you're not gonna pay, you're obligated to give at least food and drinks and shit like that. Don't
a
expect
couple drinks at least.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, especially for new guys starting out. A lot of times people will tell you, don't ever do a show for free.
Yeah.
Don't ever do it just for drinks or, whatever. But, I mean, everybody's done it at least once probably.
Yeah.
I think it also depends, too, on the type of show. I think we were going to touch on this at one point, but, like, charity shows.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't gone into this as a tip, but, like, I'll often just do that for free, knowing that going into it when they ask.
I feel like a dick.
That's why I want more money then, but I'm just kidding.
You want to be on the same charity show as we are, so that you could say, "Oh, I know these guys didn't accept it. I'll take theirs."
I'll take all the
I
proceeds.
hate it when you get booked for a charity show and then they're like, so how much to book you?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a charity show. And then I'll usually let them give me a number.
Yeah.
And if they're like, I'll give you $200, or whatever, and I'm like,
Deal.
give it back to the charity. I make them at least commit to it, but then I just can't do charity shows and actually like take the money. I guess it depends on the charity though.
You haven't lost your soul yet, Dean. That's why.
I know.
Same here.
I know.
I do like if they're excited though to say like, "Oh, we want you on the show,"
Yeah.
and then like how much, and you're like, "I'll just do it for free. I'm just glad that you were excited to have me, or you reached out to me and opposed to the other way around or whatever." Like if you're looking for me, then that means something good is happening.
Right.
So I'll take that, and then you never know who's in the audience too. I mean, I've definitely gotten booked from shows that I've been on just because of people in the audience.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so those how many tapes? You got them?
Oh, yep.
Was that all of them?
No. He's got
I got two more.
two.
Oh yeah, I thought we were only on number 3.
Number 4 is don't brag about being a regular at a club that you've never been paid by. You just see a lot of people throwing shit out there.
I know. That's my club.
Yeah.
It's like,
They're like, yeah, I perform there all the time. And it's like, yeah, you perform at the open mic. You don't.
Right.
You've never done even a guest spot there.
Right.
It's just, which kind of segues into the last one, is humble yourself. We all have, comedy is very fun, very exciting. But there's a lot of highs with comedy. Like I've had the best moments of my life doing comedy, but I've also had the biggest kick in the nuts several times.
Yeah.
Of like, where I'm like, oh shit, I shouldn't be doing this, or these people hate me and I'm just gonna leave, and I just gotta end this. Where you have like the most terrible moments where you're questioning every decision. You got a long 3-hour drive home and you're like, just want to drive off into the ditch, and
oh yeah. Like, oh, there's a tree. I wish it was growing out of the middle of the road.
Am I doing 90 miles an hour right now? Just a sharp right. Fix this.
Well, and I think kind of with that too is Carl and I've talked about it before. I don't know if we've talked about it on the podcast directly. Because we talk about things all the time, and I'm like, was that on the podcast?
Yeah, that's the problem with being friends outside of the podcast.
Where
we do
just
talk about things.
Sitting here talking about stuff. But, like, there's kind of like a period when you're doing comedy, too, when you're, like, in that, like, you just you made it through a year.
Yeah.
And now you're well in your second year. Like, in that somewhere between the second and third, or third and fourth, or maybe the whole thing.
Yeah.
You think you're better than you are.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
You absolutely do. And I see it all the time. Not everybody.
Yeah.
But I see it all the time where I'm like, what is with that guy, man? Or that chick or whatever. And then all of a sudden, like, how long have you been doing comedy? 3 years. Aha.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have your first hot set and you're like, oh shit. I'm George Carlin right now.
And that's when you're kind of starting to click.
Yeah.
Because there's people that do comedy for like 2-3 times, 2-3 months, whatever, and then they're like, that isn't for me, which is fine, cool, whatever.
Yeah. Glad you tried it.
Glad you tried it.
Yeah.
But when you stick with it and you get to like that, you completed a full year, you've made it through a second year, you get into a full second, third, fourth, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, it's starting to click.
Yeah.
I am gonna make it, and or I've made it. And it's like, dude, you're doing a church show for Janet. Calm down.
Don't bring up Janet.
That's a real thing. But I mean, and I've, we all, you got to keep that positive thinking in your head.
yeah.
It's hard, though. It's hard, though.
Where you want to, I'm doing great. I'm successful for where I'm at right now. Stuff like that. You want that.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to, down talk yourself all the time and whatever. But at the same time, it's like you're not about to sell out, Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, you really got to enjoy the positive moments because it's going to be followed by a probably shitty show or a negative comment or something stupid.
And by liking Tom Segura's post, he's not going to start taking you on the road.
I don't know about that.
And whatever. And it's like, calm down.
Bring back Fat Tom.
It'll come.
Fat Tom was funnier.
Yeah, that's right. We had a whole friggin' segment talking about how he was funny. I mean, I do still like him, and I follow stuff he does and whatever, and worry about him sometimes.
Yeah.
When he's well, sometimes
you worry about him. I think he's going to be all right.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, no, I just mean like when he's like, "Hey, man," like he's on Two Bears or whatever, and he's like talking about smoking an ayahuasca pen, like a vape, like every night before bed, and I'm like, dude, I don't think that's okay.
Yes, probably not. Okay.
It's stuff like that. But
well, they're like kind of shitty parents too because they talk about how terrible their kids are. I haven't listened to that.
I don't know if that's real.
I listened to your mom's house. But it's like they're like our kid they just beat each other up, punch holes in the walls.
Yeah, they're talking
Monster and drop the N-word, and it's like, well, probably because your shitty parents are not around.
Well, they're talking.
That might be part of it.
They're talking about how he kept stabbing a TV with a fork.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if all that's real, but maybe.
Probably not. It portrays them to be like shit parents.
Yeah, and maybe that's their goal.
That's their character.
Yeah.
When you had said the 3 or 4 or 5 year part where you feel like you're bigger than you are, has that experience happened to you? I can say specifically when that happened to me, but
well, like I was saying, like I've had positive talk and stuff like that, but I don't. I want to come up. I'll come up with a name for it at some point of what to call it. But I mean, I did get to like maybe you almost feel like, hey man, why'd that guy get that show? I deserve that show, or whatever, like
envy, jealousy, a little
kind
bit,
of, or you expect things to come easier than they do, and then when they're not coming as easy as you think, because even a lot of the people on Kill Tony that they go on there and then all of a sudden they kind of blow up or whatever. A lot of them have been doing comedy for a while. Yeah. Like it's not like that was their first time ever doing comedy. And a lot of them have been doing comedy for first time or for a while, and they go on there and they eat the biggest pile of ass.
It feels like we almost edited that and just replaced whatever word you said. Ass.
Ass. And a lot of people don't realize that because, like, when we were doing some shows with Rick Diaz and whatever, and he was talking about it, I'm like, oh, wow, dude, you've been doing this for a long time. And he's like, it was just, Kill Tony is what kind of got my
traction.
Got traction and got people's attention to me. And so I don't remember where I was going with that. I just was thinking of ass again.
No, I agree. Like, you see comics on like Kill Tony and places like that where they've been doing it the road even for 5 to 10 years, and they finally get a chance to get on a big platform and get their name out there because they have a hot minute, and it kills in the audience and it works with what Kill Tony and his panel likes.
Yeah.
But if it's something they don't really care for or that they don't get, then you're kind of screwed.
Right? Yeah. And I remember I was going because we were talking about the 2 to 3 to 4 year phase, and talking about deserving stuff, or you think like any moment, like, yep, I'm doing this podcast, and the right person, they're gonna hear it, and they're gonna be like, these guys rock, man.
Yeah, you're about to blow up. I don't guarantee it.
And whatever, and I mean, this podcast has been picked up by a lot of things. It's on Pandora, hopefully Sirius XM soon. Hi. Sirius XM people, Howard Stern, somebody.
I don't think he's making the executive calls on that one, but
No, but
keep trying.
he always talks about, like, I know Jenny, whatever, the president, I'm going to call her. Call her. Howard. But you always, you kind of think, like, my moment's coming.
Oh, yeah.
And then you do a church show for Janet. And...
I learned a lot that night.
That was kind of funny.
Yeah.
That was kind of funny, Carl.
Sure.
That's what she said after his set.
Yeah.
She kept...
That hurt more than if you just said it wasn't funny or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Kind of
it was
fun.
kind of funny.
That was kind of funny. And then she forgot to pay us and all this other stuff. And then she sent the pay in a Valentine's card. And
To Dean.
In the Valentine's card, she's like, trying to be clean is hard.
Oh.
And then I was just like, I was clean as shit.
Well, not when you say it like that.
Yeah, I know,
people.
not like that.
I was.
Well, the priests were digging it.
Yeah, actually, that I did learn a lot at that show. I learned that my main thing I learned at that one is if you're doing bits about death, maybe
Don't
make
do
sure
it.
the audience is like 90% of the audience is
Yeah.
above the age of 80.
If the mean age of the audience is 94, don't do it.
Yeah. They did. They were like, we do have quite a few members of our congregation with one foot in the grave already.
Yeah.
Well, that would have
Yeah.
been nice to tell us beforehand.
It was a priest that was... Well, and then... and then I'm up there. It was a priest that said that to Carl.
Yeah.
Oh.
But then I'm up there and I was just... I don't remember what... I think I asked you how old I was.
Yeah,
And then you were like, you're XYZ old. And I was like, Jesus Christ. And I was like, oh, church show. And then I was just like...
You immediately went into
I
praying.
started acting like I was praying, and whatever. But yeah, so, you get where you think, like, any moment, here it comes, this bringer show is going to do it, or...
Yeah. I was going to say, like, for me, I can remember it was about 6 months in of me doing comedy that I was already starting to get on some paid shows, which I think is pretty good.
That's pretty
that's
good.
pretty early.
That's pretty good, yeah.
But I do remember hearing people talk like, why did he get on this show?
Yeah.
And I didn't learn yet enough to be like, more humble about it, sort of thing. But then I did start realizing it wasn't that I was like the funniest person that they were booking for the show. It was the markability of my character.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So it wasn't just for pure merit and talent. It was this guy looks.
I bet
good
you
for the
I bet
flyer.
you he'll sell some tickets.
Right. Yeah. And
Yeah, whatever.
it kind of worked, but then it also was a kick in the pants too, because it's like, oh, you really have to start having more material and all that, and
Practicing
a good jump start on that. But I'm glad I had that experience earlier on than like instead of like 3 years in though.
Yeah.
So there's something with that. But I do remember like people getting upset that I was getting on shows like you were saying, like hearing that side of it, not just like being on that side, like, oh man, I can't believe that person got on that show. I really wanted it, or getting into a contest or whatever, and you end up not making it in. Because like I applied to be in the Madison's Funniest this year.
Yeah.
Didn't make the cut, but I don't know. Maybe it's because they had enough people in actual Madison, which it seems like for the majority that they did. Maybe that was it, but you never know why you didn't make the cut. But
I did that a few years ago, and it was like they let everybody in, and there was like over 100 comics, I think, in the first round. They had to do it over like 4 nights.
Yeah.
And it was like absurd, but it was cool to be in front of.
Well,
yeah, and
in that room and
that's
that
a
many
good
people,
audience.
but it was like holy shit. But then I think the following year they cut it down to
and even
only so many people could be in the contest. But
and even this year is different from last year, because last year you had to actually have been there like 4 times, like at the mic, which I mean, I want to do that room at some point. It's just so hard with like how they set it up. Like one thing that Skyline is good about is you can sign up the month in advance or whatever, and there you sign up a day or 2 in advance, and they don't release the list until showtime essentially. So you have
like 8:30 that night.
So if you're not in Madison, you have to be there all day, and then you find out you're not on it, and you're like, well, great, now I have to drive home. Or so that one's kind of tough. But this year they opened it up where you just had to submit 3 to 5 minute tape. You had to live in Wisconsin, so that was new. But you didn't have to have the minimum times at the club. But they only had 60 spots total.
Yeah.
and it is like the most popular club in the state. So it does make sense. You know, they filled that 60, and for the most part, it was probably like 90% actual Madison people, and then maybe 10% outliers like Milwaukee, though, which is close enough and a bigger comedy scene, so it makes sense. And that those people actually go there enough that, you know, well, we know this person, we'll put them on. Not that it's biased, but it's just like, well, why would we have somebody from a different city way away to be Madison's funny? It's I get that.
Yeah. Well, kind of still hanging on the be humble thing, too. I think another thing that's important around that is, like, be humble about your material, too. Right. You know, like, there's a lot of very creative jokes, and a lot of people work on their jokes, and they go around and, you know, do show after show after show to perfect it. And you might have come up with something that's a banger, or, like, we were talking about street jokes before. Right. You know, you heard it somewhere else, like, even if it was in a comment on a Facebook post or something, you thought it was funny, you know, whatever, to be like humble about it in a way that, you know, like, I should probably get better at writing, you know, than just, you know, I don't know, you know, just using a play on words that, you know, is out there, you know, or I heard this joke from my dad 50 years ago. There's no way. And I'm not talking about, like, you know, obviously don't steal other people's material or whatever. Sometimes they give you permission to use it or whatever, but
or you buy it too.
You buy it if they're a writer kind of thing too. But, like, just be humble about your material. And then when we were just talking about festivals too, and you were like, oh, it's a festival where they let everybody on. There are festivals like that. You know, there are things where they let everybody on.
Contests,
not festivals. Contests. Where they let everybody on. You know, like, I know of one where the people that booked it or whatever, and they're like, man, I want 80 people, and I've got 76. I need to find just 4 more people. Yeah. You know, or whatever. And they're letting everybody on. So don't think because you made it on, you know, some kind of contest, even if they put it as, we have the area's best of the best, you know, they still have to market it. Just be humble and be real about it too, you know, like, I don't know. There's a difference between the Palm Springs International Comedy Festival and
wow, right after you say the humble statement. All right.
I was playing. You know, but
you're not playing.
No, I was on it.
I know. I'm saying you're not playing.
No, as we're talking about, but I mean, like, you know, understand too, you know, like, does, you know, that might not be your moment just because, you know, like, here it is, I'm valued, you know, know your value, know your worth. It's a good way to.
I worked with this guy, Andrew Slater. He's out of the Pacific Northwest, but he's been I think a full-time comic for quite a while now. But I worked with him probably 8 or 9 years ago, and he was on, like, Conan, like, the week or two before I met him, and he was, like, telling me, he's like, you think your career is going to change, your life is going to change because you're on Conan, you think the next day your manager's going to call and be like, I got sitcom deals for you, like Seinfeld, all this shit, and he's like, the next day my phone didn't ring at all, my manager said, good job last night, and he's like, that was it. And I had a few of my friends text me, that's awesome to see you on TV, but then he's like, nothing happened. He's like, I can put the Conan sticker on my posters for comedy clubs, but he's like, other than that, nothing came from it.
And then people will be like, oh, you were on Conan? I didn't see that one. You know, or whatever.
And it was just like, so I just kind of learned that from him of, like, it's like, all right, it would be insane for me to be on Conan. I don't think that's on TV anymore, but that would have been the coolest.
He's got a podcast.
That would be the coolest thing to be on late night TV or any sort of big time, you know, program or thing. But it's like, it's not the end all be all. No. And even on, like, the lower level where I'm at, I'm like, I don't know. I just try to appreciate the opportunities, and whatever comes along, I just, you know, you take it and just have fun with it.
Try to have fun with it.
Who gives a shit at the end
or
of the day?
Like, even the movie that I was in, like, it was apparently on Tubi and all this other shit. And then
remember you did talk about the humble thing, right?
No, wait, I know, but that's what I'm getting at.
I know.
Like, you know, I was just like, oh, this is going to get me out there. Maybe I'll be able to get more roles and whatever. And
Quentin Tarantino's going to see this.
Yeah, and then it's like, nope. Nope.
Yeah.
But that movie got chopped. Carl saw it. We saw it in the theater.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was kind of cool. It was kind of cool. Like, hey, look, that's me. That's pretty weird. I don't know how I feel about this.
I asked for your autograph too.
Did you recognize that theater?
By me, yeah.
Oh yeah.
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 That's good stuff.
Yeah, he asked for an autograph.
I still have that. It was in the program.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So how are we? We're pretty good on time. We got to start wrapping it up.
An hour and 8, yeah.
Yeah.
I was just going to ask if you guys want to hear one of my worst moments in comedy.
We do.
Yeah.
But
Craig was with me, so
Yes.
that's.
I'm with you.
I think he remembers this show. It was up in the north, and I was closing,
Yes.
and this one lady was overserved a little too much, and I'm shooting off the money gun, boom, spraying it everywhere. Energy's good, and then she was sitting in the front row with her friend or whatever, and she gets up and starts picking it up and gets on her knees, and grabs all the money, and then she hands it back to me, and she says something along the lines of like, "Oh, you like that I was on my knees for you already," or something, and I was like, "No, I'm married," and I don't think she liked being rejected by somebody that looks like me, and she would not stop talking the rest of my set. And that was like actually the only time I ever was like, do we need to get this lady to stop because it's like destroying the show? Like, it was a pretty full room. There was about 70 people in there.
Yeah.
And they all paid money to be there. And I had to actually stop my act. And that was just, it felt like this is not what I want to do with comedy ever, is like not do the show. And then, is this lady disturbing everybody? Yeah. And then she says, well, I paid money to be here. And I said, did all of you pay money to be here? Yeah. Should she stop talking? Yeah. And then I had to have Craig escort me out at the end of the show because I was worried that her boyfriend or whatever was going to beat me up.
That was the best show of my life.
that show was great.
That was one of my favorite shows ever.
There was this lady in the front row. She was awesome.
But that was crazy though. Like it was good for. I think Asher was hosting.
Yeah.
You were featuring. Did we have one other person or?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Who was it? Yeah, I don't remember who that was, but yeah, that was She had had fun with me. She was a little chatty, but she was like kind of into what I was saying, and I was kind of feeding it back to her a little bit. And she liked that, but
and I was excited because I was like, I don't mind if like people are like engaging in a positive way.
Yeah.
But as soon as I was like, no, I'm married.
Yeah, she just turned on you really fast.
Like the whole like when you like slide your hand over your face and it changes completely. Yeah, I was like that, and I was like, oh crap, and that sucked because that was like in my first minute and a half of my 30-minute set, so it was like I can't bail.
I liked one time we were doing a show. I don't remember where. It was Lena or somewhere
with me.
Yeah, and there was a lady that
kept the wooden shoe.
Yeah. That was it. And you were, I think you were there
too.
You were there.
Yeah. That was another one where I had to. I was closing. A rough one. Yeah,
that was a kind of. Well, the room was shaped weird.
So I'm trying to remember who was on there. It was you, Craig, Jay Lemke, and I closed that one. But was there one other person on there too? Can't remember. Maybe Chuck.
No, Chuck would have bitched about it more.
Shout out, Chuck.
he gets a shout out all the time. Yeah. We talk about him on here all the time. I don't remember if anybody else was on there, but this lady kept, like, she was being disruptive, and then, because I don't remember, she said something like, when are you going to be funny, or something, and you were kind of just, like, brushing it off, and then...
Me?
Yeah. And then she said something about... Or you said something about, hey, have you ever been on an airplane? And then I don't remember what you said exactly, but you fucking roasted her.
Yeah, I said something, and she was like,
you're like, well, maybe
she was like, no, and I was like, you should probably get on one right now and leave.
Yeah, or something. I didn't remember. Yeah. It was something. It was even better than that.
Yeah,
like it was pretty awesome.
Well, thanks for hyping me up. Now I don't feel humble at all.
Everybody. Well, I just remember everybody started clapping and were like, yeah.
Yeah, it felt good. I should have.
I wish I could remember exactly what you said because I was like, whoa, Carl.
I probably have that recorded.
And then
somewhere.
I was just kind of like, I'm probably gonna have to fight somebody in the parking lot. Thanks, Carl. Just protect you.
That's why I only go with guys that can protect me. I go with Craig. I go with Dean. If you're smaller than me, I'm probably not going to go to a show with you.
But okay, since we are getting close here on time, Do we have a comedian of the week at all? I mean, we don't have to have one every episode.
He is with us right now.
Ha
Ha! It's Craig Allan.
Where is he? No.
Yeah.
It's me.
Yeah, now you got to be humble
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, okay. No, I can be.
No, you're definitely a staple of the Fox Valley comedy scene. I mean, you've been here before I started.
Yeah.
And you'll be here after I'm done. I don't know. 'Cause
Yeah, I
I'm
don't know.
probably
I don't
going.
know.
I'm going out with heart disease probably or something. But no, like you're definitely a role model, and more of the new people should be talking to you more and looking up to you and asking you for advice.
Yeah. I just don't want to talk to them, but that's fine.
That's
I'll talk to anybody. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, but you're always fun to be on a show with. You're always complimentary.
We actually had you as it before you even were like, "Hey, can I get in your podcast?" No,
Is that how Craig sounds?
Yeah, he's like, "Hey, yeah." When like we're in the car, he's just like, "Hey, can I be on your podcast, man?" No, like
What's
even
wrong
before,
with you?
even
Usually you're
before
much
we,
better with impersonations.
even well, that's how he sounds. No, I'm just kidding. Even before we were gonna do the episode, we're like, "Who's your beer next one?" Let's be Craig, and then we're like, "Well, let's have him on," because we were just talking about it, and so about having you on.
Yeah. Glad
now
to be
you're
here.
here.
No, this has been fun.
Yeah, there's no award. I mean, there's no money. I mean, you can maybe have a drink of Carl's Squirt, and by squirt, I mean his actual soda,
soda.
that he's drinking. I don't mean like Carl's a squirter. I mean like actually drinking squirt.
But it's red
I mean, maybe he's a squirter. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, we do have some from my
I think,
Easter
I
basket.
think if
some
the squirt's red, there's something wrong. But anyway,
It's red. I don't know.
It's ruby red. Yeah, it's a specialty flavor. We do have these Harry Potter butterbeer peeps from my Easter basket. So you can have those, but we're going to sample them with you, so it's not like it's all for you.
Oh, no. We can share.
And-
Actually, I'm going to just pull an audible here. I hope you're okay with it. You can pick anything on the wall
No.
of wonders. That was a quick no.
but if you want to wear the Nacho Libre mask, go ahead.
I was going to take the neon Dean Bird comedy sign.
That'd be pretty sweet. That'd be sweet in somebody else's home or they're dead.
Man, I feel like if there was like an Antiquers podcast and they just like do it in like their junk haul area, that would be fun. Like the guest takes an item and then it just keeps passing along. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah. So speaking of humble, dude, I'm a Dean Bird comedy thing of my friggin' picture on it, and it makes me look like I'm a deity or something.
With an extra finger.
Doing karate with a tie underneath.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. Well, I'm more distracted by like it's starting to burn out a little bit on the neon up at the top, but
Because you have it on too much.
No, I don't have it on enough.
Oh, okay.
I actually wanted that in the living room.
How about the fireplace?
I was told
mantle?
no.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She was like, you got to be humble, Dean.
Yeah. She was just like, I'm not looking at that all the time. And I said, well, you wanted pictures of me in here, didn't you? That's a nice one. My beard looks awesome.
Stunning.
Yeah.
So polished. Before we kick this off as a goodbye and all that, you should probably do our ad. Gorilla Mind.
I know what it is, Carl. I was just kind of like, I ate some blueberries.
Oh, jeez. I'm allergic to blueberries.
Carl, we know you're allergic to blueberries. You talk about it every episode. No, seriously, just a shout out to our sponsor partner, Gorilla Mind. They have some of the best energy drinks, pre-workouts, weightlifting supplements, that sort of thing. But we're really big into the energy drinks especially. And so don't forget to check them out at gorillamind.com/20. Use code 20 for extra discount. And
the flavor's coming back, too. They just recently did a poll. It looks like the lychee bomb.
Lychee bomb or whatever. Lychee latte,
lice,
lychee.
leprosy.
Yep.
The lychee bomb is coming back.
Still can't find tiger blood anywhere, but whatever.
Okay. All right. That sounds like we're good for this week.
Yeah, I think we're good.
So another big thanks to Craig Allan for being on the show.
Anything you want to promote real quick? Any shows coming up? Your social medias?
Yeah, I know when this comes out.
This comes out tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay. I'm going to be in Springfield, Missouri this weekend. I forget who I'm opening for.
Yeah, and that's Springfield, Missouri, not Springfield,
Missouri.
Illinois. You'll be at the wrong spot.
Yeah.
And not Springfield of the Simpsons.
Massachusetts or anything like that. It's Springfield, Missouri with Colin Moulton at the Springfield Comedy Club. And I think the other thing I have right now is the Oshkosh Funniest competition. I think I'll be in the first round in July on that one. So.
I think their first round is May.
Yeah.
May, June, July.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll be third round.
Third round, yeah.
I'm in the fourth.
Yeah.
August.
But yeah, for doing comedy this long, I have nothing to promote besides this weekend.
That happens. That happens.
Yeah.
I have bare bones on Friday.
Yeah. Like 2 months ago, I would have
Zach
10 shows to
Peterson.
promote, but now I have nothing.
And it goes like that. It goes like that. I've been on a drought, and it's kind of picking up. So I'm sorry if I'm taking your
That's why you
shows.
got to humble yourself. A little.
Yeah, right, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah, I was on a drought too, and now it's starting to pick up too, so I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Summer's always my dead time.
Really?
Yeah.
It's always when it picks up for me.
Mine's usually like Thanksgiving through like the holidays into the first of the year, and then through February, March, and April, and May and June, and then it's
The
actually,
calendar year.
January through December, I'm booked solid. But then the rest of the year, fuck.
well, and I had like last year, the year before, it was like every weekend I had something, and now it's like, and so that's where the humbling yourself goes in, and that sometimes I think is what happens with that 2 to 3 year range. Like you're getting the feel for it and whatever, and you're newer, so a lot of bookers haven't used you.
Yeah.
And so they're like, hey, this is a guy I can use. He's all right. And they throw you on more shows and whatever.
Yeah.
But I wasn't in that at the time. So I don't know, because I've been around a little bit. But anyhow.
Okay, but thanks again for Craig being on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having
we'll
me.
tag his socials as well, so you can check him out.
Check out his socials.
I mean, if you have the ability to get to Missouri this weekend, cool. He won't hold it against you if you can't. Cause
We have listeners in Missouri. We're globally syndicated, Carl.
Yeah, I'm just saying. If you have the means,
We're
go to
really
the
big
show.
in Indonesia.
And say you're there for Craig. I know that helps a lot, actually, with the clubs
And
quite
if
a
you're
bit.
listening in Indonesia, hello.
Okay. That's new.
They actually changed the theme song in Indonesia. It's weird. Remember that?
No, I don't. We'll have to look into that.
It's like in Indonesia, and then it's like da 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 da. Dean and Carl, but and then we played it in the car. Carl, don't look at me like that.
Okay.
It's happened. Anyway, all right. Are we done?
No, we have to say goodbye.
I know. That's what I'm getting to.
I know. Yeah. So we are Move the Mic Stand Comedy Podcast. I'm Cash Money Carl.
I'm Dean Berg, and you over there are
Craig Allan. Thanks, guys, for having me.
Yeah, you bet.
Thanks. All right. We'll see you next week.
All right, Kate. Bye. You can jump in, Craig. Bye. Craig's not doing it.
Bye.
There we go.
There you go.
Bye.
This has been a Tape Deck Media production. Thank you for listening.